Hellcat.
Hello guys, Niranjan here. Welcome to Science and Social Lab. Today we are going to see unsolved mysteries about the Bermuda Triangle. So let's get started. The plane incident in 1945. On December 5, 1945, five American Avenger bombers take off from the air station of Fort Lauderdale, located in Florida. The skies are blue and the weather is crystal clear, and the planes cruise safely. These planes were on a test flight, and the planes plot a course east and they fly for 56 miles. As the flight heads out to sea, the lead pilot's compass starts spinning out of range. Commander Charles Taylor checks his equipment, but he can't figure out why the compass malfunctioned. At the same time, the other pilots radio over to Commander Charles Taylor that their compass was malfunctioning too. Then, suddenly, Taylor spotted a mysterious aircraft heading towards him. He seeks to find who might be piloting the mysterious aircraft. Then, Taylor spots a mysterious creature inside the aircraft. Taylor starts to worry that something might go wrong, and at the same time, beneath the Atlantic Ocean, a fire crystal that once powered the sunken city of Atlantis hums with energy. The Atlantean relic damaged the plane by releasing a beam of energy and sending the planes thrashing down into the ocean. Taylor tries to radio the air station, but his message was blank. And from that day, no one really knew what happened to these five aircrafts. From that day, this area was called the Bermuda Triangle, or also known as the Devil's Triangle. Next, this is the picture of an American Avenger bomber aircraft. Next, this incident. Two small lighthouses disappear. The influence of the Bermuda Triangle even extends onto land. Oh my god. In 1969, two small lighthouses on the tiny island of Great Isaac Cay just completely disappeared, and the bodies of the people involved were never found. Ooh, that sounds scary. Next is a survivor explains what he experienced in the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, now more than 900 people died and only 19 survived. But the survivors weren't able to explain what they experienced except one survivor. On December 4, 1970, a survivor named Bruce Gernon, along with his father and his business partner, took off from the island of Andros, located in the Bahamas, and headed northwest for the Florida coast. Bruce was flying a Beechcraft Bonanza. The trip took about an hour and a half. After takeoff, Bruce noticed a small cloud. The plane rose at an altitude of 300 meters, and the cloud rose with them too. The cloud literally grew before their eyes, but the aircraft managed to slip through it. After 10 minutes passed at an altitude of 3,500 meters, another cloud appeared, and it was so massive that Bruce had no choice to fly through it. At that moment, everything around started turning black. Even though there was no rain, Bruce was starting to get worried. And then he started seeing flashes of light. They would appear so quick and vanish like lightning. But this was no lightning. The flashes were so bright that they lit up the whole space around them. Here's the picture of a Beechcraft Bonanza. And Bruce kept flying for another 30 minutes. When he realized that this was the same cloud he had gone through earlier when he started to climb. But now the cloud was cylindrical and the plane was flying through its center. It was about 1 mile wide and the cloud seemed endless. Bruce thought he could never get out of that trap. But a minute later, he saw light at the end of the cloud. He was almost out of this nightmare, but all of a sudden, unexplainable things started happening again. The walls of the cloud tunnel began to be narrow. They were closing in on the plane and the navigational instrument stopped working. The compass was spinning by itself and the electronic instruments started malfunctioning. It was like the plane was being operated by something else or it was moving in some kind of current. But Bruce kept flying, trying to find some way to get out of the tunnel as the walls kept narrowing smaller and smaller. Bruce was running out of time. He had to get out of this place as fast as he could. The next 20 seconds were the most intense of his life. But then he burst out of this foggy trap. Finally, Bruce was relieved that he managed to escape. Then he immediately grabbed the radio and contacted ground control. Bruce wanted them to determine his location, but when the dispatcher looked at the green screen, he became confused. Bruce's plane wasn't on the radar, but then the dispatcher said the aircraft was already in Miami airspace. Bruce was utterly shocked by this information. It just couldn't be true. The distance the Beechcraft was supposed to cover was about 250 miles. Remember, the whole trip usually took 90 minutes, but this time it just took 47 minutes to get to the destination. This model of aircraft can cruise at about 180 miles per hour. First, they thought that the dispatcher must have made a mistake, but when the clouds parted, Bruce saw that he was really in Miami. The plane landed safely and it was time to try and solve this mystery. Bruce checked the remaining fuel. After a short calculation, he was only more confused. The plane had gone through the amount of fuel it should have. After this incident, he even wrote a book about it called Flight Through the Electric Fog, but no one could explain how the plane got to Miami so fast. Oh my god. So this is the end of this video, guys. Hope you liked it. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye. See you in the next video.